And in this video, the saga continues because somebody has commented and said that the Swedish way of saying it is Gripen and the English way of saying it is Gripen. So I think I might just call it like the Groppen or something and just make sure that everybody is equally agreed on my error. So here's our Groppen. And I want to give this wings today. And I'd also like to refine the intakes just a bit. And I'll start with that, right? So I'm going to grab my YZ plane. We're going to grab another plane here. And then I'll give this definition right there. And we'll apply that so we have a plane that kind of starts right on the inside of our intake. Close that and grab this and activate 2D sketch. And from here I can import this edge. We'll make that a reference with maintained association. And first I'll make a vertical line so I don't forget to later. So those are the edges of my vertical line, and I'll grab an arc. Just like that, we have a tangent relationship, exactly what we want. I'll do the same over here. And make another line, one more. All right, let's grab a tangent and make sure all of these have tangency. Let's grab an equal. All right, cool. Now I'll give this dimensions. Let's say the edge of my profile here to the top, 0.035. Maybe 0.02 down here. Give it some variation. We give this an overall height of how about, what is 0.2? That's a bit low. 0.25. Whoops. A little better. I like that, 0.275. It's a bit subjective really because this was not as a part of the image of my last one. Let's give that a 60-degree angle. We should be coming up on fully constrained here. I'll give this a distance, about 0.2. It's a bit far. 0.15. So let's go with that. We'll deactivate, extrude, and I know that our distance here was 0.01. There, we've added on a little face. Let's do the same thing. We'll mirror about the YZ plane. So our plane is so our features will be here. Now let's work on the wings. This will be the super fun part. Let's go with YZ, create a sketch. I'm going to add a wing now. And we're going to make a line just like that. Now I care about how this line is, so we'll go to the top view and try to align this with where the back of the line would intersect that. And that really wants to walk around, doesn't it? So I'll grab the right view, and I think I can actually toggle my view cube on. Oh, no, not during a sketch. So head on back to the sketch, reset the view. So we seem about right there. We go to the top view. So we'll just have to go a hair back. So we go to the side, and I'm going to lock that in place. Now I have the luxury of looking more from the top and being able to scoot this back. Looking from the very top, that seems pretty good. That seems like where that belongs. So we'll lock that in. All right. I'll change my view. Let's go with wireframe. And then I can kind of see the height of the wing a little bit better. It seems like our wing is pretty right on for height. I probably want to have a little bit more gradual surfaces here. Something like that. I'll lock that in. And keep in mind, this is not a wing that's designed to fly. This is a sketch from picture method that I'm demonstrating. Deactivate that. All right, so we used 4 sketch elements to make that, and now I'm going to want to make the end of the wing over here, and to do that I would want to make a plane, right? So we could take the YZ plane, and that's pretty close. If we look at it from the top, let's try 2.15, 2.125. Oh, that's about perfect. So on that plane we can create a sketch. And let's use the same number of sketch elements here. I'm guessing that the wing is about there. Not quite. Let's just worry about the how about the rear portion right now. A little bit further in. And from the top. Yep, can't really adjust it from this view. And I'll lock that in. Be better if I reset my view. Now doing the front. From the top. Just a bit more forward. That's not bad. I bet I could lock in that position. All right, let's look at this from the front. And we need to be higher up. There we go. From the front now. Ooh, we're getting close. I'll worry about this height only for now. Not bad. From the right view now, make sure that this height stays. Now for the bottom of the wing, have to go higher. Let's try that. I could take that, maybe a bit higher though. That's pretty good. So we got that height in. Maybe now we'll want these to be equal. The question is what length. So I can move this length around quite a bit. That seems nice. So we'll deactivate that. And now, sketch 22. We'll select additive loft and go down to sketch 23. Minimizing twist is good. This is all good. So there is a wing. Let me change my view now. That looks nice, except I'll make these panels a little bit less prominent. We'll come down to sketch 22, edit, and I'll set that to maybe 0.6 and that to maybe 0.4. That looks kind of more like a wing. Now if I look from the top, looks like my wing doesn't go as far forward as I thought it would, so let's adjust that as well. That's again with sketch 22. That'd be this point. Maybe we'll say minus 0.2. That looks a bit better. Let's mirror that wing. Fantastic. That looks a lot more like a Gripen, or a Gripen, or a Gripen, or a Gripen. That's looking really good, actually. Normally, it's best to save your fillets to the end of the history tree, but I think having some fillets might help us with the process from here. So I'm going to break the rule and add in just a few fillets, but not there. So with those fillets added, can I get away with adding a small fillet? I can. But let's make that larger, shall we? Maybe not that large. That sure looks nice. Let's do the same over here. This looks way better than my first run. I think I better update all my thumbnails when this is all over. Oh man, no consistency in edge-face relationships. Let's edit this and remove this side. Let's try this one more time, but this time as a separate fillet. That's better. Just run them as separate. I don't think that this little added edge is all that realistic to what the Gripen actually is, but man, does that look cool, so I'm going to leave it. Now perhaps I can do a fillet to the underside of the wing. Yes, I can. A fillet of 0.05 I think works wonders. Let's do that on this side as well. That is pretty cool looking. I think this is one of my favorite planes I've made in CAD so far in this version. Right, my last version wasn't nearly as cool. Maybe we ought to add this little detail that holds a missile to the side of the wing while we're at it, and then we could probably call it a video. I'm going to save what I have for now. Alright, I can cheat and use this plane to sketch, or I can use my plane here. As always, it's better to use defined planes in any CAD platform, if you can. Let's make a rectangle. That seems to be about the right length. There and there. Maybe take that back a hair. So I'll lock those in. Let's go to the front view now. You can see the kind of heights that we have to deal with. Most platforms don't let you adjust lines when you're looking perpendicular to your sketch, and this is the case here. So I do know I want to bring that down maybe to there and up to there. How are we looking from the front? Really not bad, just a bit lower. And I think we can go with that. Yeah, really not bad. You can lock it in the rest of the way if you want, but we have so many, unconstrained splines that it probably is kind of a moot point. We'll go to the front view. And you can see it's a pretty short run that we're going to make of it, so maybe 0.075, where does that put us? How about 0.06? Not bad. I'm going to make a sketch on this axis, and as kind of a cool visual feature, I'm going to make just a circle that's going to cut part of this out. You can see the bottom of the wing, so I'll adjust my circle right about there. With the activate, we'll do a cut extrude, and maybe through all. I don't see a problem with that. So if I look under my wing, yep, that's how I wanted it. And we can add fillets on that later. Right now we can mirror both the extrude and the cut. Here's our extrude. There's our cut. We can mirror that over the YZ plane. And that is starting to become a pretty good looking plane. I'm going to save that. So next video, I think we need a vertical stabilizer. Let's work on that. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.